The Rewatchables, brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network. You can find The Watch.
You sure can,
Chris
man.
Ryan.
Yeah.
We did 400 movies for the Rewatchables. Our 400th was American Gangster last week.
Yeah.
It's football season. It's the Monday of week one. All anyone cares about is football. And Steve Ballmer's illegal pay cycles, possibly.
My Green Bank that's going bankrupt. Yeah.
Yeah, how's your aspiration stock? Is it bad?
You know what? I think they're saying fair's fair, but who knows?
Well, we decided there was no better chance for a one for us than this week. And it's a Tubi classic. It's gotten to the point when I go on Tubi. And by the way, this is not sponsored by Tubi. In fact, I don't think Tubi even likes us.
Why not?
I don't know. They've never really...
Because you tried to change their slogan to go Tubi.
Right. Every time I go there, they're like, hey, Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah.
You haven't clicked on this in a while. And I've watched it probably 700 times when I was a teenager and in college. And now we're finally doing it. Legend of Billie Jean, because fair is fair. Here we go. All right, CR, here's my first take. Just take me back. Just take me back to the mid-'80s when life was simple.
Yeah.
And we just had malls and we could just have people get innocently shot in the shoulder and become heroes and then just get away scot-free. And I just miss it.
It's like one of the most nostalgic movie-going experiences I can have right now is to watch this. There's a run of movies from 84 to 86.
Yep.
That is essentially Last Starfighter, Maximum Overdrive, The Explorers, Big Trouble in Little China, Rad, and The Legend of Billie Jean that I think I had on constantly from 1985, whenever we first got a VHS player, through when cable got introduced at my house, which I think was in mid-late 80s. These movies were just the wallpaper. They were on all the time. The soundtracks are buried into like their brainworms in my head. And I remember every single scene and every single nuance, and they still hit now. And it's like, they're not American cinematic classics, but they are like my VHS classics.
Yeah, there's like, I would have thrown in 40 to 45 other movies other than the ones you listed, just because I was watching like Karate Kid, Teen Wolf, all those. They all had music. They all had a hero. They're all kind of innocent. There was all like these over-the-top villains. They all had a lot of flaws, which was fine.
Sure.
This movie has some flaws. Like, I was surprised, the nitpicks. I was like, has anyone ever picked nits with Legend of Billie Jean like this before?
Yeah, you guys just let vigilante justice run amok? Yeah.
And the most important thing, other than the theme that we're going to talk about in a second, was just in love with Helen Slater.
Yeah.
I was in high school. She was 22 when she filmed this movie playing a 16-year-old, but I was just like, I'm in. I'll follow this person to the end of the sun.
And she was in Supergirl, right?
Supergirl, and then this one, and was in a couple other ones. But she's in there. Christian Slater, we had no history with him yet. He's the little brother.
Film debut.
Peter Coyote had been bouncing around in the 80s for a while, and it was a movie that kind of came and went. I think it was 14th when it was released the first week.
Yeah.
And then was on cable for the next 15 years straight.
Yeah.
It was perfect length for a TNT TBS where you could just do 2 hours. It was on HBO. It was on Cinemax. It just was never not on.
What is it? An hour 35?
Yeah.
Hour 35? Yeah.
Yeah. We told Craig, him, I think Craig, congrats on your new camera angle, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
We told Craig 1985 Legend of Billie Jean.
Yep.
Don't read anything about it. And he looked it up. What was it? 101 minutes?
It's an hour 35, 95 minutes, 96
95 minutes.
Yeah.
He was like, I like that.
I thought it was going to be about tennis. It wasn't. Tennis. I thought it was going to be about Billie Jean King or something.
Yeah. But what's interesting 40 years later, there's two major themes that weren't talking about in the 80s, but there's a female empowerment hero piece to this.
Yeah.
That I think I liked when I watched it, but as the years pass, dare I say ahead of its time? It's like this, it's Sarah Connor, it's even Joyce Heiser and just one of the guys like flipping tables and trying to show her newspaper editor that she could get a good story, but there wasn't a lot of these, and this was probably the most famous one.
Yeah, it's funny to go back and watch this through 2025 eyes, both for the feminism angle and also like the viral celebrity angle, and like the idea of somebody becoming like an overnight sensation and taking over. Now in 1980s, it was more of a local thing that would then explode nationally.
Yeah.
Now it can just be instantaneously. You go viral for something, and then like you're the biggest thing online for 2 days, and then everybody forgets you. But with the part about like the female empowerment, it's wild. But like there's so much casual misogyny in this movie. The whole thing basically gets rolling because Mr. Pyatt tries to like sexually assault her and then flip it on her.
Yeah.
And that's really what, and now the whole time she's just like, I just want to get paid back for the scooter. We're not even getting into you being a deviant.
Yeah.
Because that was probably taken for granted that that's what guys were like back then in some ways.
Yeah, there's no question. She's navigating this misogynist, pretty like hairy world.
Yeah.
But she's just like, this is the world I'm in, and I just kind of know it. I can read this guy. I know what to do.
Knee him in the balls.
Yeah. But now it'd be like, this would obviously be a completely different movie. But it's weird to think that these characters made sense in 1985, but they kind of did. It's like, Mr. Pyatt, totally get it.
Yeah.
Complete scumbag, taking a crack at a 16-year-old in the attic of a store.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, this is horrifying. What? Like, this guy's Hannibal Lecter. But back then I was like,
there's multiple cases of pretty casual child abuse in this movie where you're just like, oh man, Potter's getting tooled up by her mom again. And
right.
It's just like, that's not like, hey, stop everything, call child services. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, even the way the adults talk about her, basically Peter Coyote's character, the police officer, and then Mr. Pyatt, where they're like, you're a good-looking girl, Billie Jean.
Yeah.
She's 16.
Yeah.
And they're just like batting up. Craig, were you taken aback by that?
Not for the 80s, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't
been forged in the flames of the 80s.
That's right.
For the last 5 years.
1980s movies. Yeah.
I think one of the things I really loved about this movie and still really enjoy when I had such a great time rewatching this. And
awesome.
It's not like I hadn't seen it in the last, 5 years, but she's such a good character. It's so weird to say this is a well-drawn character because this is such a dumb movie. But at the first half hour, she's like really innocent and shy. And she's like, obviously like coming into her own as a woman, and guys are looking at her a certain way and she's still getting used to that. Like even when the 4 guys are hitting on her at the beginning.
Oh, and Hubie's like
licking
her milkshake straw.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm kind of flirting, but I'm kind of horrified. And then by the end, she's the fucking badass.
Oh,
it's like all this stuff had seasoned her in a way for how to actually make the world work.
And I do think
at
that time, like there was like, obviously Pat Benatar was a pretty big artist, but like gets a huge hit out of this movie with Invincible. But like Pat Benatar, Madonna, like there were kind of like these pop culture figures that weren't as traditionally, not necessarily not beautiful or not, but like they didn't present as traditional.
Yeah, they were kind of badass hot.
Yeah, they were badass. Yeah. They had like one glove and a spiked haircut or whatever. And it was like things were changing a little bit. I think like you could see that like people were becoming a little bit more self-possessed through the images that they were seeing in media.
Cyndi Lauper helped.
Of course.
Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madonna. And it was also right around the time when they were figuring out how to use famous pop music people, famous artists, whatever, to kind of supercharge a movie.
Sure.
Right? And then Top Gun, they really put it all together. But 85, you have Vision Quest, which they put Madonna in with the Crazy for You and that great soundtrack. This was like, it's basically the stars of the movie are Helen Slater and Pat Benatar.
Yes.
And they play the song 3 full times in 95 minutes.
Yeah. And
by the way, I could have gone for 4.
It's used as like a theme in the score itself. Like they'll go into notes from Invincible.
Yeah.
That like it's just a very like wise way to kind of build it up. But that kind of speaks to this movie being right on the cusp of a change in media where, I mean, of course, like people used to, Barbra Streisand would do the soundtrack for a movie that she might be in and she would sing the theme song or whatever. But this was really like, hey, we can put this on MTV. We can try and sell this girl as an icon. Pat Benatar. It was a sea change for that stuff.
It was like I was telling Craig the other day. This bloody road remains a mystery.
That's what they say with
What are we waiting for?
That's Aaron Rodgers' locker room speech.
That's when he came out holding the flag in that first Jets game. That song is a banger.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts about the music in this movie. So you mentioned the viral celebrity piece.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, we made the case, and I think we cemented it, and I think it's become fact and gospel that Pump Up the Volume created podcasts.
Yes.
I think this movie created the internet.
Can I just say, I think that might be the most used trope on this in the history of this podcast. I think Sean has said that 3 or 4 times, right?
That created the internet?
Yeah. Where it'll be like, Daniel Plainview created the internet.
This whole, her becoming a viral celebrity with the fair is fair hashtag and the thing and the merchandising. And it's just like, I don't think the movie realizes this because this is not, I wouldn't say this was, this wasn't a Paul Thomas Anderson production. But this movie does see this world coming.
It does.
That is about to happen with Donna Rice and Monica Lewinsky eventually, and
but there's also
Tammy Faye Baker, all of these people.
It points out a couple of things that I think are really important. One are, first of all, we've kind of like slighted this movie a couple of times, and I do think it's really silly in places. It looks way better than it has any business looking.
Did we slight it? I think it should have been nominated for an Oscar. What do you mean? This movie's amazing.
But
if we slighted it, I apologize.
You are finding a generation of kids who are fucking obsessed with television. Like, it's Yardley Smith's character. They're like, she's just obsessed with what she sees in TV. She's always like, I saw it on TV. You think I'll be on TV? Yeah. And then the other thing happens later in the movie, which is kids are starting to get their hands on video cameras.
Yeah.
And they're starting to tape stuff more.
Including this kid right here, Bill Simmons. Had a video camera and the Honda Elite scooter.
Did you really?
This movie really resonated with me.
Inside of you are 2 wolves, and it's Christian Slater and Keith Gordon.
I had the camera in high school. It weighed 25 pounds. It couldn't have been heavier and more unwieldy. And you brought it around, and you taped, and you had these big giant videotapes.
Yeah, so and then you have this Keith Gordon character who's probably the first kid in Corpus Christi or whatever, who's like, let's start filming stuff ourselves. Let's speak back to television. Like, we'll send this tape to the TV stations. We'll take control of this narrative.
Craig, how expensive do you think those cameras were back then?
Like not adjusting for inflation in 1985, how much do I think that cost?
Yeah.
I have no idea. $100?
I mean, that guy's AV setup was sick.
No. Doing this from memory, but I'm going to say at least like $500.
Really? Yeah, I think they were like 5 or 6.
It was a luxury item.
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent would be like in.
I remember I got a Sony High 8 in high school in the 90s, and it was like, this is the only present you're ever going to get for the rest of your life. Like,
and it was like, if you, by the way, if you dropped it or accidentally hit it, the thing was just, there was no way to fix it. It was just gone. The tapes were really expensive. There were 90, the batteries were like an hour.
Yeah.
And it was just,
they weighed 20 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. There are all these different ways it could go wrong. I did a student project in high school, and we filmed a movie about our school that was 40 minutes called The Wick Hiker, based on The Hitchhiker, the HBO show. And we filmed it with my camera.
Uh-huh.
And, it just was like, we've got to get it was almost like the sun setting. We got to get the shot now. Yeah. That was what it was like with these cameras. It's like, we have 32 minutes before this thing dies.
You're like Coppola in Apocalypse Now.
It's like, go, scene, action.
Did you have editing equipment?
I had the 2 VCRs.
Oh,
and you would plug it in with all of these like
with the dial that you could move back and forth.
I was pretty good with this stuff. And then I don't know what happened. Now I can like barely work a remote.
Well, we have experts now.
You'd have to edit the stuff, edit it the other way. And then, it was just a huge pain in the ass. We had no equipment back then. So that kid's set up for because they filmed, this movie came out in 85. So they really probably filmed it late 84.
Yeah.
That kid's set up they had security cameras in the house. Like nobody had that back then.
Yeah. And he had like a full kind of like basically home theater set up for 1984.
Fair is fair. Great slogan.
Yeah.
I think Gavin Newsom, maybe as he heads toward battling the Trump infrastructure, maybe could start doing the fair is fair.
Honestly, there are worse slogans to use. Yeah.
Fair is fair. The director, Matthew Robbins, He said, I was attracted to the screenplay because I hadn't seen anything like it. The empowerment of a female. Everybody in the movie was young and powerless. The assumptions were being made by all the adult males. It's kind of a force field the kids are up against. So that was one theme. And then the other one he said was, because he wrote the Sugarland Express with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
That was Spielberg's first big movie. He said, I was fascinated with notoriety getting confused with fame, which was exactly the same issue in the Sugarland Express. That's a really interesting concept. Notoriety getting confused with fame really starts right here in the mid-'80s and goes through where all these people eventually like culminating in the OJ trial.
Someone
10 years
definitely
after this.
has a thesis paper that's like from Billie Jean to Hawk Tua, you know, like
Right.
I literally have that in my notes.
But that she's the Hawk Tua of 1985.
Well, my flex was like the earnestness. Or my flex category was what happens the next day, and I was like, I can't help but think about what would have happened in 2025.
Oh, she would have just gotten.
She would have gone on the Hawk Tua podcast, probably gotten a deal with like the Unwell Network, and then is like releasing music by the time she's 25. But in 85, she probably goes back to Corpus Christi and becomes like a school teacher.
Comes
and has
out
a normal
hard
life.
against the measles vaccine, you know, like.
Well, Kato Kaelin in the OJ trial, I feel like was the culmination of the start of this movie all the way, where Kato Kaelin just became famous. And he, you know, in the OJ trial, he was just this dude that lived in the guest house and he brought nothing to the table. He was like a wannabe actor. He'd been in a couple things and then became like actually truly famous and was on the Tonight Show and was in game shows and was being cast in movies. In 85, that would have been inconceivable, but people were starting to realize like you could use cable TV to become famous right away.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about this movie too is it starts when after she starts to go on the lam. The first reaction of like the kind of community is like kids are running amok, and we got to put a stop to these kids who are just like terrorizing business owners and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really like, whether it's organic or not, but it's really a youth explosion that leads to her becoming this folk hero. And then the haircut obviously like makes it into a fashion statement.
There's another piece to this movie that was really particularly the 80s. I'm interested from Craig's standpoint, if he feels like it exists now, like that kids were the good guys and adults were just bad.
And they didn't
that's
understand.
a big Breakfast Club. Adults are bad. They don't understand us. They take advantage of us. In some cases, we're threatened by them physically or sexually. And adults are the bad people, but you have adults making movies about this. Like that, this doesn't really exist now in the same way.
I think it's less ageist now, and it's more about wealth. I think it's like the Luigi Mangione and the United Healthcare. Like I think that is the version of what's going on.
It's haves and have-nots rather than
old
versus young. And also,
back then it was kids versus adults. Adults don't understand and root for the kids.
I think there's also an element that this might be simplifying it too much. I don't know if you felt this way, but like in the 80s, it definitely felt like when you were a kid, you just couldn't wait to grow up. Like you really, really, you wanted to meet girls or you wanted to.
I couldn't wait to have sex. Thought about that a lot.
I couldn't wait to get a blogging
really
job.
thought about that a lot.
I bet Helen Slater really greased the wheels.
It'd be great
there.
having sex with another person.
Kind of but also like the music that was cool to like your older brother or cousin or the kids who were older than you. That's the music you wanted to like.
Yeah,
like you wanted to get out of being a kid.
That's always been the case.
But now I think that there's more stuff for kids to almost stay perpetually young. Like they're served more culture. That it's like, why would I would never reject Taylor Swift. I can just listen to Taylor Swift for the rest of my life.
Or like Disney adults. There's like a whole new era of these people who have kept the things they loved as children and just continue to like it for their adulthood.
They can just keep watching that stuff because it's saved in perpetuity rather than when we were young and it was like, well, you can keep renting Goonies, but it's not as easily accessible as like it is now where you just be like, oh, I have it on my phone and I can fall asleep to it every night.
On the flip side, Millie Bobby Brown is now a 45-year-old. I don't know if you've seen her. She looks like
she's married
10-year-long Today Show anchor.
Yeah.
She's like 22. Well, I got to do it, CR. Apex Mountain for hottest mid-'80s high school babes that teenage Bill loved.
Yeah.
Right? This is 40 years ago. I still feel like it's fair game to talk about these people.
And
because I'm talking about the love that I had.
And Helen Slater was 22 when she made this movie.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm not talking about me now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the love that I had.
That's okay. Go
in the mid 80s, the feelings that percolated inside me. And I narrowed it down to 5.
Did you give me a fucking Karl Malone cup while you're talking about this?
The mailman.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Jesus. Oh, no. That was accidental.
Why do you have a Karl Malone cup?
That's from the Dream Team Club collection. I meant to give you Dr. J. I had a Dr. J cup for you. We switched cups.
Well, it's almost better that you don't have the Karl Malone cup
baby.
before this topic.
Yeah, but I'm going for how I felt in the 80s.
Yeah.
I already mentioned Kelly Preston in Secret Admirer and Mischief. Helen Slater and Billie Jean. Joyce Heiser and Just One of the Guys. So I think she was like 30 in that movie in real life, but playing a high schooler. Elizabeth Shue and Karate Kid we've discussed. And Mia Sara, Ferris Bueller.
Sloan, yeah.
Those were the 5 for me.
I also was pretty into Jennifer Grey, too.
Oh, Jennifer Grey in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
There were others, but just for like these characters were all in high school. I was in high school and I loved all of them.
Yes.
And
what about Rebecca De Mornay? Risky Business. Was she there?
Not accessible.
Yeah.
You know, she was like a 19-year-old prostitute.
Yeah.
She doesn't count as a high school character.
She was like from another galaxy in that movie.
Yeah. Just couldn't get there with Molly Ringwald. Never, even though she was in multiple high school movies back then.
I really liked Sean Young in Stripes, but she was a little bit
She
older.
was an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this had to be like in your age where you felt like, was Winona Ryder Lucas?
Yeah. Like you could meet her.
Yeah, it was like this Oh, and then the other one, I guess this counts in mid 80s, was Amanda Peterson, Can't Buy Me Love, because we were the exact same age as her in that movie. So anyway, it was quite an era. Helen Slater is in that mix.
She sure is, yeah.
If we had Dream Team cups for that era, she would have had one. And
we should do that. That's good.
Those would be good cups.
That wouldn't be weird at all.
7-Eleven Dream Team mid 80s.
Yeah, I want to get a bunch of teenage girls on cups. Is that cool? No, Bill. Yeah, no.
Only Bill liked them when you were in high school.
Yeah, Bill signed off. Yeah. No, it's retroactive. It's fine. She did Supergirl, Billie Jean, Ruthless People, Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox, and then City Slickers, and I think she was fairly serious actress, but that was kind of her.
And then she went back
run.
to school.
Yeah,
I think she went to like do other stuff. Yeah.
And then Christian Slater. This is his first big movie. He's in Name of the Rose, Sean Connery. Good movie, actually. Tucker, Man in His Dream, and then does the Heathers, Pump Up the Volume, blows up.
And it's off to the races, Heathers.
But you could see the pieces in here. It's fun to actually watch 15-year-old Christian Slater.
Yeah, I mean, I for the longest time thought they were actually related. They were not. He was in love with her while they made it, rightfully so. And
yeah, I read that in the research, and I'm like, do I even put this in the document that 15-year-old Christian Slater was in love with 22-year-old Helen Slater when they filmed a movie together for 4 months? Like, if he hadn't been in love with her, it was like, do you have blood in your body?
I found out they aren't siblings right now. I thought they were siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they weren't. I think that was a confusing part of this.
You know, I don't have...
Because they kind of look... They're both like platinum blonde in this movie.
Yeah.
They look similar
He dyed
enough.
his hair, though.
Yeah.
You know how you were like... You started this podcast by saying, take me back? You know?
Yeah.
Let's just do a list of the most popular movies of July of 1985.
I can't wait.
Number 1, Back to the Future.
Wow.
Number 2, Cocoon. Pale Rider.
Oh.
Rambo, First Blood, Part 2.
Sure.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, St. Elmo's Fire. This is just in the box office.
St. Elmo's Fire?
Yeah, this is just stuff that was at the movies. It wasn't necessarily released then. E.T., Goonies, European Vacation, Emerald Forest, Silverado, Pritzi's Honor, Fletch, The Explorers. I know. Beverly Hills Cop, View to a Kill, Brewster's Millions, Red Sonja, Day of the Dead, Legend of Billie Jean.
And you left out like Vision Quest, just one of the guys. Oh, like so many other movies came out during the course of the year. We just had it all figured out.
Well, there was just volume. This is the thing, is that the movies are actually in a really good place right now, but there's just not enough of them. There's not enough in the movie theater where you're like, I could go to the theater like 4 or 5 times in a week if I wanted to. Or all month, like I could go to the movies. It's like more like an event. You're like, I can't wait.
You just want the 4-receiver offense and a lot of passing and a lot of plays and hoping to get lucky.
Or I actually would be cool if we get 2 really good receivers and never pass to them.
You know, I was going to say, we're in this space now where the Eagles' offense of 42 seconds per play, run play, just chewing up clock.
Yeah.
That's movies in 2025. Back then, we're just chucking the ball.
Yes.
It's like Fletch, sure. Chevy Chase, yeah, let's make it. Go.
Yeah.
Here's 10 million. This was produced by
this is hilarious.
John Peters and Peter Guber. Peter Guber, who's still kicking.
Yeah.
Part owner of the Warriors and still producing
and
stuff.
John Peters immortalized in Licorice Pizza.
John Peters, hairdresser, Barbra Streisand's hairdresser, becomes a movie producer. These guys end up crushing it in the 80s. Not with this movie, but crush in the 80s. And then Sony gives them an incredible amount of money to run Sony and entertainment. And it's a disaster.
Yeah.
There's a good book written about it. And John Peters never quite happens again, but a character.
Yes.
And Matthew Robbins said that John Peters' biggest contribution was being completely obsessed with Helen Slater's hair in the movie and what the haircut was going to look like when she has her famous haircut.
It's producing.
And he said it was a gigantic issue for him. So there you go. No budget recorded for this movie.
Yeah. It only made like what, 3-4 million?
It made 3.1 million,
yeah.
Which is, I don't know, Craig, top 7 least grossing movies we've done on the Rewatchables.
What was Pump Up the Volume?
It did better than
low.
that.
I think
but
that
it
was
did better
low
than
too.
3 million.
You think?
I think so.
We've rarely done movies that made less than like 5 million.
Did Kicking and Screaming, the Noah Baumbach movie, make
that
more
did
than?
not make money.
Yeah. That was in like 11 theaters, it feels like.
It made $20 from you and me, and another 10 from Greenwald, and then 100 from the Baumbach family.
Kicking and Screaming didn't even make $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be the lowest.
No budget recorded, and no Roger Ebert review.
Where was he?
Raj was like, I'm good. I actually think Raj would have really liked this movie. He would have loved the female empowerment stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Lot to discuss in the categories when we take a break. This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Life is full of decisions, big and small. Like, let's not throw to AJ Brown this week.
Yeah.
It's a small decision. Big decision. Let's try to beat the Cowboys. Sometimes you make a decision you can really, really stand behind. I'm trying to think, like, I guess when we formed The Ringer.
Yeah.
And we were like, we feel like we can pull this off. We don't care if we're independent. We feel like podcasts could be a big thing of this. And we'll see where it goes. Trusted our guts.
Yeah, you stood behind us. Yeah.
Spent a lot of time together, just brainstorming, figuring out stuff. State Farm gets it. Making confident choices can make all the difference. That's why with the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you can choose the right amount of coverage to create an affordable price for you. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings and eligibility vary by state. Let's get to the categories. So we got most rewatchable scene. Would you throw the opening credits in here with the Divinyls Boys in Town?
Number one thing I have here, opening credits. Yeah.
In the running for most underrated mid-'80s song?
Yeah, and it's also just like you're immediately like, they shot this movie entirely on location. So like they used like something like 85 different real locations. It just feels like you're immediately transported. And even though they shot it in the winter, you're like, it is hot summer. Like this is so authentic feeling.
It's funny because Vision Quest starts with I think it's either Journey or John Waite, but it's the same thing. Like, I'm in somewhere near Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm outdoors. I'm watching a guy run, and there's a kick-ass song playing. It's like, all right, you got me.
Yep.
This one, same thing, where we're just like, I'm in some weird part of Texas. There's guys, and there's a gas station, and there's a scooter.
You just kind of get the feeling like what's going on. It's like this guy, obviously, he's very proud of his scooter, but these 4 jerks are chasing him around, and his sister's hot, and like, you know.
Yeah. And then Hubie steals the scooter. We get the whole the whole swimming scene, which was a big thing back in high school, way back when. Next one. Billie Jean gets harassed by Mr. Pyatt, who is so fucking evil in this scene. And then gets to come up.
You know what the funniest thing about this, I was going to save this for later, but I have to mention it now, is that in my Mr. Pyatt was like an oil baron. And he sells he's like a seashell and souvenir store on the boardwalk.
Right. What's
He
how
like
much is he
actually
making?
probably didn't have $600.
No,
Right.
I mean, it's just like actually like this guy is just like a piece of shit tourist trap.
Right. We're gonna have a little arrangement, a layaway plan.
Oh
It's
my
like, oh my
God.
God, this guy's disgusting. She gets out of that. I always like when somebody picks up a gun.
Yeah.
In a movie. No, in a movie.
No, I know.
And they're like, hey, what's this? And you just know somebody's gonna get shot immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh boy, here we go. Somebody's taking a bullet.
Yeah.
Usually like the bullet right like
That looks like it was like an inch above his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try with these movies sometimes when somebody gets innocently shot, but they're fine. When you actually think about getting shot,
That was much more of an 80s thing. It was like,
Yeah.
just have like, oh, my arms
there's
in a
like
sling.
2 spots in up here that you could get shot and maybe it's okay. Other than that, you're getting a shattered shoulder, you're getting shot in the heart and dying immediately. You're getting a shattered collarbone.
Yeah, and what's the response time for Corpus Christi paramedics? Like, that's a lot of blood loss. He's like, I lost 2 pints.
Right. The mall exchange.
Yeah.
The mall exchange gone wrong with the sped up rebel yell by Billy Idol.
Yeah. Chekhov's marbles.
This could have just been the whole movie.
Yeah.
I could have spent 30 minutes in the mall.
The Sunrise Mall in Corpus Christi. And I wanted some more stores. We only really get Florsheim in the background.
Yeah, I don't know
And,
where Spencer's Gifts was.
I guess they were probably in KB Toys when they're getting all the G.I. Joe walkie-talkies and
KB
stuff.
Toys, there should have been like some sort of Foot Locker type.
You got to have an Orange
sports
Julius
shoe
moment.
store. Yeah, where was Orange Julius? Where was a weird pizza place? But something about the malls back then. I don't know why people just haven't tried to recreate that.
Why they haven't recreated malls?
I know Craig, it's near and dear to his heart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just in general, the mid-'80s, the mall era, it's like the Duffer Brothers cashed out on this with Stranger Things. It's the most nostalgic era to go back to. It sounds wonderful. I caught the tail end of malls. In my childhood, I used to go to the mall in the Bay Area that was near me. But I guess kids still go a little bit, but it's just hard. Nobody shops in person anymore. There's no reason to go. Half of them are shut down.
Maybe they'll come back like movie theaters did. Where people are going to movie theaters again. Maybe
I think
malls
that,
will
like,
come
it's
back.
Because here it's like the outdoor malls like kind of pervert your idea of what they're supposed to be. But yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
A couple good things in this part. The 2 mustache guys that work for Peter Coyote. There's like a whole separate movie going on with those guys. At one point, he does the midnight run, like a couple punch to the chest.
Yeah.
And then they just seem like it's a buddy cop that they just decided not to address. And then Hubie coming out of the plants is fucking hilarious. It was,
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about him.
Please.
Billie Jean watching Joan of Arc get set on fire and unleashing her new haircut for the videotaping. It's an iconic scene.
Yeah. And then that's where they meet Lloyd there. You get some really great hallmarks of a rich guy house. Highlighted
dark.
by
There's no lights on anywhere.
Yeah.
Just, if you're super rich, you apparently don't use electricity anymore. You've transcended it.
But
you
it's
have
also
security cameras all over the place, so you can't see anything because everything's pitch black.
He's got the slide from his bedroom into the pool. It's like one of the great dreams of my life is to have that.
Yeah, except nobody would ever actually have that.
I know. It's probably a fire hazard.
Can you imagine when we were doing my house if I said to my wife, so I'm thinking out
Slide.
of Ben's bedroom, a giant slide. Like,
It's the most 13-year-old invention ever.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's the best.
But it's like a perfect, like,
Yeah,
probably divorced dad
for sure.
just being like, I got to buy this kid's affection. So whatever
I got
he
some
wants.
money. Like, yeah. Well,
It's Corpus Christi. Like, they'll do whatever, you know?
Also, for Keith Gordon's character, for being a pretty cool guy for the most part.
Yeah.
But yet is also like basically, who was the guy who did the Michael Jackson Thriller? All the creatures for that?
Oh, Stan Winston?
No, the guy, I can't remember the name, but he's
Oh, Vincent Price.
the guy who like made The Mask. I can't remember who did
Oh, I
American
can't
Werewolf
remember.
in London and Thriller, all those. Like he's basically has this weird horror movie side.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
Well,
it's not like normal weird.
But
It's
it's
not
cool
like come to my
because that
room.
was what horror was back then, was like weird guys who would read.
But imagine that guy taking a girl back to his room that he's been dating.
Well,
was it
They're
Rick Baker?
Rick Baker.
Rick Baker. Yeah, it's like, yeah, come to my room. You can see my 20 horror movie
Well, I get the impression he
characters.
spends a lot of time on his own.
Yeah.
Lloyd probably has like a nice chunk of change in his pocket.
But
and
for
his
the
no
amount of
girls
time
over.
I had this as a nitpick later. For the amount of time he spends on his own, he sure knows how to like vibe with the fucking super hot Billie Jean.
Yeah. And is also wearing a pretty cool suit when she shows up.
Yeah.
Is this like hanging out in a suit?
That character's all over the place. It's like, is this guy a loner dork? Is he cool?
Yeah.
What is he? Billie Jean's tape getting played in the police station with the Ferris Fares, which is great. And the little kid doing the arms. I think that's a really good scene. The actual, like her talking to camera.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Pyatt, you sleaze. I put in crazy couple chases Billie Jean and shoots at guns at her for the ransom.
I had that for What Stage of the Worst, but yeah.
Well, it's just so insane. I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm gonna shoot the tires. It shoots through the windshield twice.
But it also is like kind of indicative of how these stories tend to get a grip on people and drive them kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think this is my winner. Billie Jean gets exchanged around Texas as Pat Benatar cranks Invincible for 5 minutes. Also, Kid Cudi Pursuit of Happiness word best needle drop
by far.
It's like she calls the cops to kind of, she's like, I'm going on my own. I don't
so
need anyone attached to me. And then it's like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. This bloody road remains a mystery.
There are so many great 80s cars in that scene. Like there's like a Celica, there's like a good Mazda. I don't
What are we waiting for? Also, like, how did this exchange network work with no internet?
I don't know. With no cell phones?
What's going on?
I mean, it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool.
I don't ask questions. I loved it.
Yeah. Then there's the one guy with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Who's like, he's in the Sons of Anarchy, but looks like Fabio.
Then at one point she goes downstairs
to a rave. And I think it's supposed to be a rave.
Whole thing. And it's basically a live podcast.
No, I think it was
like a Billie Jean Davies sponsored by State Farm.
Tonight on the Billie Jean Davies show.
Today I'm going to talk to my brother Binks about a scooter. But yeah, so everyone applauds. They go nuts. What's the next hour there after that?
Meet and greet, step and repeat.
Just check. Hey, good luck.
Yeah.
Great to see you. And then Billie Jean burns down Pyatt's store. Joan of Arc burns down. People sadly throw Billie Jean merchandise into the fire.
Yeah.
And the director's like, should we do Invincible for a third time? Yeah, let's do it.
John Peters is like, yes.
Right. The director's like, what about Love is a Battlefield?
Yeah.
Maybe we switch Benatar? And they're like, nope. Invincible.
We paid for Invincible. You can use it.
So what do you have for most rewatchable?
Her coming out of the scene at Lloyd's house, like her coming out of the house and making the tape for the first time. And that's got my favorite line of the movie where the Putter sisters are like Putter's like, oh my God, you look. And then Christian Slater's like, you look famous.
Yeah. There you go. That's when the internet was created right there. That created Twitter,
Steve
Instagram.
Wozniak was like that. We got to do that.
I have an idea. What's the most 1985 thing about this movie? I mean, the answer is everything, but some nominees, the key musical moments for Pat Benatar, the Divinyls, Billy Idol.
Yeah.
The Honda Elite scooter. This is right when it was really climbing. In Pyatt's store, there's a huge stand of Panama Jack sunscreen.
With like -5 SPF.
It's basically putting gasoline on your body.
Pure peanut oil.
Yeah. I don't know I think Panama Jack, I think that it's all been outlawed.
What if Kennedy's like, we got to bring back Panama Jack? That's a great American company.
We need tanner people. We see at one point gas is $1.05.
Oh
that jumped out.
That was probably high. Yeah.
We've seen this in a couple other movies we've done. Multiple people who don't know each other watching a wall of TVs in a store.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that.
Yeah. And then like that being how you found out about like major events.
You found out about major news.
Yeah.
An authentic beta movie camera, I think, is the winner. I do want to shout out Hubie's shorts in the scene when they steal the bike. Scene. We called them back in the day jams, or at least we did where I lived. The shorts, they were like had like these crazy patterns. They almost looked like they'd been electrocuted.
It was also like
big
very
shorts.
indicative of in the summer, if you were a kid, you wear swim trunks all day long. Because you never know. You never know when you might swim. You know?
Right. But they could go as swim trunks, but you could also just wear them when you went out.
Yeah.
They all had like weird designs and colors, and this was a 2-year run that I can't really explain.
Yeah, it was day to night. It was okay to wear to the beach, but it was also okay to wear to Chili's.
Yeah.
You know? You missed the biggest 1985 thing.
What is it?
I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet.
Let's hear it.
Jimmy J. Judge, C101 Talk Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Just taking calls about local crime and weather and playing hot tunes.
It's like 5 years later, that makes no sense.
It's also the only thing anyone in all of Corpus Christi is constantly listening to is Jimmy J. It's how Binks finds out that they have to go on the run. It's like they listen to it all the time in the car. I don't think I ever realized until this viewing of this movie, they never leave Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Like they don't even get out of town.
Right. They're driving right. How big is Corpus Christi? Is it like London?
I know.
What was the most 1985 thing for you? What jumped out watching it, Craig?
Oh, man. I mean, her hair, probably. The haircut choice has to be the most 80s thing.
Yeah.
I got to say, Jimmy J. Judge is up there with my favorite movie radio DJs with Clint and Play Misty for Me.
Oh.
Stephen Wright, DJ in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Was it Lynn Thigpen in The Warriors?
Don't forget about Ellen Barkin in The Fan.
Ellen Barkin in The Fan, and then
playing the fabulous sports babe.
Adrienne Barbeau in The Fog.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one. What's age the best? Mr. Pyatt as just an amazing 80s villain. I don't think he's gotten enough credit for how like disgusting he was in every respect. Really, really like well drawn out. I fucking hate this guy. I'm glad his store is burning down by the end of the movie.
And also like it's perfect that he actually has this store that he has because that's the guy who would get t-shirts printed up as fast as possible.
I had exchange scenes in an 80s mall going wrong.
Yeah.
Feels like a recurring theme. Like we'll meet there 12:30.
Meet me in public somewhere.
Always like places for the cops to hide, and there's plants and weird stores, and then chases and escalators, and people can hop from the escalator going down and the one going up. Always worked. What'd you have? I had a few more.
Young Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Billie Jean's haircut becoming a local phenomenon is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I love in the mall after the exchange goes bad, the local TV doing man on the street responses. And the woman's just like, they're just picking on her because she's a lady. And he goes like, there you have a woman's perspective.
right. The female perspective.
He's like kind of poo-pooing it all. He's like, all right.
I had anytime in a movie when people shoplift with IOU notes.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's ever happened in real life.
Isn't that basically Klarna?
Right.
You go to Chipotle, it's like, I have $1. I'll be back.
The fact that the Slaters aren't related, but they actually genuinely look like their brother and sister.
Yeah.
Here's one that I honestly could have used more of in the 80s and 90s. When characters found an empty, really nice suburban semi-mansion to hide in for a couple days.
Amazing.
Why did we stop doing this?
Yeah.
This is the whole plot of Beverly Hills Cop 2.
This is why, like, maybe Ring cameras were a mistake. You know what I mean?
That would have been a good hottest
you
take.
don't get
Let's
to
get rid of
find
Ring cameras.
You don't get to find out that a bunch of teens have been living in your house while you were on vacation.
Seems great. I mean, it could have been the whole movie. They're just living there and ordering whatever pizza delivery. I had 80s high school bad guys.
Yeah.
Like Hubie's crew, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
James Spader's crew and Pretty in Pink. Like just they're some of the most evil people we had in movies.
Always
they
a
were
blonde
just
guy.
like 17-year-old. Yeah.
Always a blind guy.
Always like super flirty and borderline sexual harassment. They're always chewing gum.
Named like Hubie or Bart or some shit.
And at the end, they have some sort of realization that maybe this was the wrong way to go.
Yeah.
Hubie at the end of this movie is like, yeah, I'm going to let my dad burn to death. I don't care. Go get a pizza. Johnny Lawrence, the Democratic Kid.
Fuck this. I'm going to TCU in the fall. This is too heavy for me.
This is a deep cut. What's age the best? Movie characters getting mad that the ransom number for them wasn't high enough.
Oh, yeah. Keith Gordon being like,
only $10K.
Yeah.
I like anytime that happens.
That's actually a ton of money for 1985 in Texas. Yeah.
I like anytime a movie character says, your money lets you get away with anything. Lloyd's hostage plan, which is ridiculous, but I also have it as a what's age the best, like really inventive way to try to get laid.
Yeah.
She's like, I just need to stay around Billie Jean and keep taking shots.
Yeah,
maybe
he knows
this will
what he's
happen.
doing. Also, like just like him being like, I'm super into Houdini, so this is a chance to put my tricks into action.
Mark Safin did the theme music for this. He also did the closing in song for the golf course chase.
Yep.
Do you know what song he did that's an absolutely all-time iconic 80s movie song?
No.
Win in the End in Teen Wolf.
Really?
The whole basketball scene. Win in the end. I'm gonna win in the end. You don't remember that one, Craig? From Teen Wolf?
No.
It's like 5 minutes of him just singing Win in the End.
The music in the scene where she walks out and she first gets her haircut, I'm pretty convinced is just like where Stranger Things got the music.
Yeah, I mean, this could have been a hottest take. I think Stranger Things really studied like 3-4 movies.
It's like E.T.
E.T. I think they studied this
Maybe
movie.
Goonies and this.
Goonies,
Yeah. I think there's some Karate Kid in there.
11 having the haircut.
Yeah, I think if you gave truth serum to those guys, I think they would admit they.
I think they would admit it. Yeah.
Big Kahuna Burger Award, best use of food and drink. I just always enjoy when somebody dumps a milkshake on a movie billy. That's just gonna win me over every time.
It's also very 1980s to be like, it's hot out. Let's get like a big cup of milk. You know,
right? Who would get a milkshake in
it's
98 degree
degrees.
weather at 1 in the afternoon?
I had the shopping cart full of junk food that Putter tries to buy in the beginning at the convenience store. It's like all Butterfingers.
Right.
Yeah.
Great shot, Gordo, or most cinematic shot. There is a nice big wide shot of them lying on that whatever that big wood thing is in the lake.
Yeah.
And it just seems calm and quiet, and you're like, "Oh man, something bad's
The
going
hair
happen."
reveal is cool when it
Hair
starts
reveal's
down
incredible.
at the pool.
This was shot by
Hands
Jeffrey Kimball, who shot fucking Top Gun. Like,
wow,
yeah,
oh, that
like,
makes sense.
It looks really, really good.
Chest Rockwell, Brock Landers Award for best character name. Billie Jean Davies pretty good.
Awesome.
I do love Binks.
Yeah,
but I think the winner is Hubie Pyatt. That's just somebody you want to punch in the face.
Yeah. We don't name kids Hubie anymore, do we?
Nor Binks.
I think Binks is a nickname, right?
Oh, is it?
I'd assume.
For what?
So his name would be Binks Davy?
I would assume his name's like Bradley or Bobby or something like that.
What do you have for a flex category, CR?
I have a couple, but I did. Can we do Z Want Now? Can we talk it out?
Yeah.
Does Lloyd get heavy into VHS porn? Because I think it's in play.
He becomes like Buttman?
He's got all the equipment. You know, he's got a little bit of startup capital. He's had his taste of crime. I think that
he launches a competitor to Vivid Video.
Binks moves to Burlington, Vermont, and becomes a scooper at an early Ben & Jerry's store, and kind of bums around the mountains, sells some bad acid at a Dead show, and gets his ass kicked. Lloyd's dad winds up having a low-key role in the David Koresh standoff. Hubie becomes lieutenant governor, and Billie Jean gets embroiled in a years-long copyright litigation.
No, Hubie's the governor of Texas for like 28 years. What do you mean? I actually, ironically, put this in the rundown after Unanswerable Questions, and I had the Zawatne Award. What happened the next day? Binks eventually becomes the father to Doug McRae.
Oh, that's
in the
good.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his dad. His dad is Binks.
His idea of what Vermont is like must be so fucked up because it's just that chick on a poster.
I mean, honestly, even people in Vermont are like, dude.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. It's Vermont's fine.
Yeah.
Do kids still hang up posters of hot women in their rooms growing up? Did Ben do that?
No.
What a shame.
It's because it's all on their phone, right?
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Yeah, I had some good ones.
That's such a vibe.
Yeah. I had Kathy Ireland on my wall. From those
I like Hubie being in some sort of major political role in Texas.
Yeah.
like playing off the Billie Jean thing.
Yeah.
I learned my lessons. The Butch's girlfriend award weak link of the film. It's either Billie Jean saving the Kenny the random abused kid, that whole section, or Billie Jean getting shot at by these two people trying to get a ransom. That whole section of the movie. By the way, I like that whole section of the movie. It's just we kind of go sideways there for a second.
I know that Yardley Smith is like in an interview was like, I don't understand why my character gets her period like in the middle of this movie for the first time.
Yeah.
But I do think the child abuse section where it's just like, you got to save Kenny. It's like, well, I'm on the run from the law, so I can't do that.
I like when she comes out of the house and she's like, Kenny's going to live with his grandmother. And the crowd's like, yeah!
And little we know the grandmother's worse than the fucking dad.
Kenny has CT, but he's going to live with his grandmother. What's age the worst? We mentioned earlier, but dreaming about someday living in Vermont. It's weird. Like, why not go, I don't know, like California?
Well, I think it's because it's 120 degrees.
He hates the heat, and he's only seen one poster of Vermont. He probably can't name another city that
he thinks all of Vermont is chicks who are naked underneath their ski suits.
It would have been funny if he had just saw Hot Dog the movie, and was like, "This is my jam.
This is the shit.
This is what I need." What do you have? I have a few.
I have a good old boy taking a shot at Billy with a hunting rifle while she's surrounded by kids in order to get the down payment for his house. Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And station wagons fishtailing a lot. You know, we just have better suspensions now.
Yeah.
But like that was like some of those fucking cars were really dangerous back then.
It's a good point because the chase scenes were just better back then, but it's because the cars were worse.
The cars would just like spin out. But like now
That's
it's
a
like
really good point.
Thank you.
Thanks. What's age the worst? I would have toned down Benatar and Invincible maybe by one song or brought it up by another 3. I don't think it was at the right number. Maybe 5 more or 2 less.
It's too bad that I think Pat Benatar has a strange relationship to this movie, but it would have been great if she would have recorded like an acoustic version to play like during the sex scene, you know, or something.
Yeah, so I read in the research she didn't like this movie.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know if that was true because she still plays it at concerts.
Well, I mean, it's her song. I think she's just like, this is the song from the dumbest movie ever made. Come on, Pat.
That gets, I almost want to break out the fuck you Raj for that, for Pat.
Settle down, Pat.
Settle the fuck down, Pat. Like, what other song in a movie does she even have at this point? The Way Adults Talk to Billie Jean, we mentioned. The original title of this film was Fair is Fair.
Tough.
You like that more or less than Legend of Billie Jean?
I think if it had been called Fair is Fair, I wonder if it does better at the box office, but it does not become a cult classic the way it did.
Yeah,
because it's called Legend of Billie Jean.
Here's my big one. So, and it makes sense because in the research they said this. They had to do some reshoots and her hair was different. So she had to wear a wig for some of the
you
scenes.
can tell.
You can just, it's like, it's really bad. Like she looks like, there's a couple scenes where she just looks like she has Steve Kerr's hair in the 98 Bulls. It just makes no sense. And then it goes back to the old hair. But man, I wish, it's funny that Peters cared so much about the haircut and then didn't care.
He was on the Batman by then. Yeah.
He's like, whatever, I'm moved on to Top Gun. All right, let's do one more break and then we'll do the rest of the categories. All right, Ruffalo, Han, and Rubeneck Partridge overacting word. Putter's mom? Who's just the worst person
I was going to go
movie?
Kenny's dad.
Oh, Kenny's dad.
It seemed like he was really methoding out there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so I've been living in the back of this trailer for like 2 months. They're like, hey, we just need you for one scene.
Can you just be evil and smelly? CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford. Hottest take award. What do you got?
I think in my lifetime, mass media should have stopped evolving right at the moment of this movie depicts. So that would basically be early cable, radio. You have some people who have like video cameras, so there is like you're able to make your own stuff,
but not easily.
And it just basically means that I would never have a job and I would work at a record store for the rest of my life. But I'd be okay with that if we could go back to like this moment because it was just so perfect in my mind. Which
music,
I think probably
TV.
most people who are like, I would like to go back to when it was like I was 10. That was the perfect moment. Like whether it was this game platform or this kind of like the cable TV, like you had HBO, but that was it. Everybody probably thinks that for whatever they are. but it was like, this is just such a perfect moment in my mind. Like, I still remember sitting in the backseat of my mom's car and like listening to WMMR or Eagle 106 and just being like, these are the only 20 songs I need to know.
Yeah. 84 and 85. You're right. We had it all figured out. My take, Keith Gordon, widest range of excellent performance to horrible performance of any actor of the last 50 years.
In this film specifically or across the course of his career?
He has a run. I think he's really good in this movie. He's pretty good in Dress to Kill.
Mm-hmm.
He's good in Christine. He's horrific in Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. It's one of the worst performances of the 80s. In Christine, he's kind of all over the place. I don't know what he's going for there.
To be fair,
and then Jaws 2, pretty solid. But he's just all over. I don't have a read for him.
He became a director.
Yeah.
He did A Midnight Clear, which is really good. Did he direct Chocolate War? I can't remember who, or is he in Chocolate War?
He directed a bunch of ones.
Anyway, he's become like a very good director. Yeah, but good. That's a hot take.
He was in kind of more movies than maybe he should have been. I think we would have been good with like 3 Keith Gordon movies, but he's in 6.
Yeah. It's funny. He's like kind of like the, he's like off-brand Matthew Broderick a little bit.
Yeah, like darker.
He has that like kind of like a little bit of like, I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I can also be cool, you know?
Yeah. But I also
I could see him in War Games.
I also might have tried heroin.
Yeah.
Casting what ifs, couldn't find any.
Nah, me neither.
Best That Guy award. Yardley Smith as Putter.
Lisa Simpson.
Is she Yardley Smith?
I think she's Lisa Simpson.
She's Lisa Simpson.
I had Barry Tubb, who was Wolfman in Top Gun, and he's Hubie in this movie.
I had Richard Bradford as Mr. Pyatt because the only other thing, he's just one of those guys. He was in The Untouchables, apparently.
Yeah, he's the cop who's like, this is a cop spy.
Yeah, I never knew that guy's name. I knew who Barry Tubb's name was from.
Let's do Bradford. You're right. Barry
Tubb I knew from Top Gun.
Yeah.
And he's been in some other stuff too. Dion Waiters Award. I don't think the undercover mustache cops can win this. It's probably Putter.
It's Dean Stockwell. What are you talking about?
Dean Stockwell?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he comes in. He's like, I'm fucking 10 months away from making Paris, Texas. He's like a really good actor, and I'm just going to be the district attorney of Corpus Christi. And the scene he has with Peter Coyote in the beginning where he's like, yeah, this is pretty smart to do it this way. Like, if you were going to do it, like, blah, blah, blah. Really good scene. He's good.
I go with Putter. I think Putter's funny.
Okay.
Recasting couch director city. Can I offer you young James Spader as Lloyd?
In the same city, or you want to move it to like Concord, New Hampshire or something?
No, I think he Texases it up. By the way, Keith Gordon, no accent in this movie for Corpus Christi.
I assume he goes to private school.
What about young Cusack for Lloyd?
Yeah.
18, 19 years old at this time.
Oh, there you go, Craig.
There you go.
It's a great one.
Crushed that.
I have a rarely seen recasting a music scene choice.
Okay.
Because I felt like this was one away from being a pretty great soundtrack. The golf course scene, the song's not good enough. Pretty Persuasion by REM.
Ooh.
Needed something with a little kick where they're running. And I think I went through all of my 80s playlists trying to find the perfect one. And I think that's where I landed.
Can I just off the top of my head throw one at you?
Yeah.
When they are doing the like, let's help Billie Jean escape across the city with all the girls who look like Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Voices Carry by Till Tuesday.
Ooh. Female artist.
Yeah, Amy Mann. Female artist.
Like how you're thinking.
Women. That's what we're doing.
I like because we got the Divinyls in the beginning.
Yeah.
Craig, what your flex category or did it?
Oh, I have another one though. I guess I guess I'll call it a weak link. Maybe it's a picking nit. I'm going to double down as a feminist ally here with CR. I don't know.
I don't get to be a feminist ally.
Well,
what happened?
After the cup situation.
Yeah. You're canceled.
You have to earn your way back. I don't know if Billie Jean needed a love interest. I feel like that kind of like she just fell in love with the first random dude she meets on the road. And I think it takes away from the female empowerment that she needs this man and she immediately falls in love with this guy.
I fucking like that idea, Craig. And it also is kind of like we don't get to explore the loneliness of fame.
No, it's like she just falls in love with the first guy she sees in mid 80s. They were like, she needs a love interest, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I thought they should have held strong.
Little revision of that. What if it had been a love triangle with her, Hubie, and Lloyd. And like she had something going with Hubie, and that's just his way of like communicating to her.
I mean, Hubie was the heir to this crappy tourist store in the middle of fucking nowhere, Texas.
All of these seashells. And
this could all be yours someday, Billie Jean.
Yeah. You'll work here with me.
That whole Panama Jack stand right there.
We can adopt Kenny. Get skin cancer together.
Half-assed internet research. The actress who played Putter's mother apparently slapped Yardley Smith for real.
Oh my God.
And then the DVD commentary, that's why she went flying backwards and her face was numb after. They really went for it in the 80s. Yardley Smith almost, she refused to cut her hair for the part. So when they show her their haircut, she's got a ponytail.
I thought she was great in this movie.
Yeah, I thought she was really good.
I obviously know she went on to do The Simpsons, but was she in a lot of other comedy movies? Did The Simpsons just kind of gobble up all of her time?
I don't.
She was in City Slickers.
She was in was she in a sitcom for a while before?
Man, she bounced around. She had a couple
I thought she had great timing. She could have been the friend in a lot of good comedies.
She's really funny. The miniature golf course is gone. It's now the Texas State Aquarium. The mall is done.
Yeah, you can watch a 30-minute video of a guy made of just like going through this decrepit, dilapidated, abandoned mall.
The Ringer should buy a mall. That should be our office, as an old mall
in Corpus Christi.
Yeah,
you ready to move?
It's probably like $15,000 to buy right now.
What if it was like return to work, like return to the office, but in Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
Do you remember when
you can work inside of the husk of an Orange Julius? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Were you working with us when I seriously investigated buying the Boogie Nights house?
Yeah.
Doing the video there?
Uh-huh.
That probably would have been a mistake.
That's like very
too far away.
East LA, right? Where is it?
No, it's in
Tarzana, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's closer toward Chino.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget what
done it.
It was like a good 40 minutes away.
How close were you to actually doing it?
Not actually that close. Once I had actually wazed it out and did a couple different times.
Yeah.
Imagine poor Gahao like being like, hey, we're shooting the Boogie Nights house.
Great, it's rush hour.
All right, I'll leave today to get there tomorrow.
3-hour drive.
The last research thing was just the Pat Benatar thing we mentioned earlier, where she said this was from the worst movie ever made and then belted out Invincible. I hope that's not true. And if it's true, it's a borderline settle down, Pat.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of...
it's not a fuck you, Raj, but it's a settle down, Pat.
There's this really cool website called fast-rewind.com. And it's got like a ton of stuff about the kind of movies that we were talking about in the beginning of the pod, 80s VHS classics. But their way of like posting behind the scenes information is like you can just write in and be like, I was an extra on this movie and Helen Slater sucked. So I don't know whether it's true or not, but it does sound like Helen Slater was like very opinionated about her haircut and about like how the movie was being made. Good for her though.
Apex Mountain, Helen Slater.
Good for her though.
Yeah, I guess so. This is Supergirl.
I think it's Secret of My Success. Because
wouldn't you say this is a bigger movie now? And no,
because it bombed when it came out, and Supergirl bombed too.
Oh, that's right.
Secret of My Success. She's in a movie with Michael J. Fox. He's on Family Ties. He's like one of the biggest TV stars in the world. That's a pretty good movie, and it felt like she was headed for bigger things.
Well, by that same token, wouldn't City Slickers be your Apex Mountain then? Because wasn't City Slickers like the biggest movie in the world for a little while?
I'll just tell you this, CR. I know you had a lot of aspiration stock. It was sad to see in the bankruptcy filings. I had a lot of Helen Slater stock.
CRLLC K2.
I had a lot of us did. We had a lot of Helen Slater stock when she was in that Michael J. Fox movie. It was like, here we go. Same thing with Elizabeth Shue. When she's in Cocktail, it's like, here we go. Everyone on the bus. We're headed toward the Oscars. And you know, some of these people just never made it. Kelly Preston was another one. It's just
like, if Helen Slater had been in Working Girl, what are we talking about today? You know?
Wow. Look at you. Christian Slater, no. Honda Elite scooters.
Yes.
I think yes. This is right. This was somebody who Lou Reed did the Honda Elite scooter ad in 85. Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
100%.
What?
Lou Reed did a Honda Elite scooter ad.
Like an endorsement, or he did a song for
it?
He did
the
Walk on the Wild Side?
Yeah.
No shit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I had no idea, man. That's cool.
Self haircuts. Has anyone ever pulled off a better self haircut?
No, she crushed it.
Yeah, she really did smoke it. And then it instantaneously becomes iconic.
Craig, who cut your hair during COVID the first 2 months?
Liz.
Liz did it?
Yeah, but it was like basically just, she didn't really touch the top. It was, you just kind of like shave the sides, let it get long.
I'm like I don't have to cut my hair very much.
My wife did mine.
Yeah.
And
it was kind of fun for a couple months.
My hair just goes up.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I just looked like a mushroom. And we were like, so we got this razor and she
just started.
Yeah, she somehow molded it. Because we were doing pods on Zoom at that point. And I think we were wearing hats most of the time. But
you should have kept it going for the Castaway solo pod. You should have just had.
I wish that was on video. Could you imagine if that was just existed on YouTube?
Oh, I should check.
No, it's on I didn't do it on video.
Do you think
I just turned the recorder on and did it?
This is Apex Mountain for Peter Coyote, or is it narrating Ken Burns' Civil War?
What is Apex Mountain for him? He's been in bed. No, it's E.T., right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
He's got great hair in this movie. He looks like Bob Myers.
I was like Peter Coyote.
I think it's the Civil War.
Apex Mountain for Billie Jeans. We have the song Billie Jean. We have Legend of Billie Jean.
That's a great call.
And Billie Jean King.
Yeah. I was going to ask about that. If the name was especially popular, if they specifically chose the name Billie Jean because of the...
No, it was actually, they were really annoyed about that, I think. I've read something about it.
Really?
I think Billie Jean
the song
was a more common name back then.
Is that right?
Yeah,
there hasn't been a Billie Jean in 30 years.
I thought that the name was supposed to be like a play on Billy the Kid. You know what I mean? Like she's like an outlaw rises.
We had Billie Joes and Billie Jeans, and now we have neither.
No, Billie Jean, the song came out in '83.
Yeah,
so it was hugely popular.
Craig, I'm aware.
Interesting. Well, I'm just saying, like, how could
biggest
they
moments of my life in '83?
I feel like
Billie Jean video.
The producers being upset that people were comparing this movie to that movie, or connecting the names, is like, why would you do it then? It's super obvious.
Yeah, you've just named your character after one of the 5 biggest songs of the '80s. Maybe people are going to be confused. Fair being fair. Apex Mountain?
I mean, it certainly isn't now. Yeah.
Short-haired 80s women.
Benatar, Slater. Who else had a cool short haircut back then?
I mean, it was the look for a while there.
It's kind of like, it's going back to Veronica Cartwright.
Courtney Cox
Alien.
on Family Ties?
Yeah. Courtney Cox in Dancing in the Dark. Short hair in that? She has short. No, it's long. She has longer hair than that, right?
No, I think it was shorter.
Martha Plimpton in Goonies, right?
Yeah.
Was she long hair in that?
Sturby Beach had to have been Apex Mountain. The final scene. That's what it was called. Our radio guy's like, "Well, big day here at Sturby Beach." Yardley Smith. It's The Simpsons, which made her probably. She's probably buying the Portland Trailblazers. Corpus Christi movies. I'm going to say yes. Barry Tubb, Top Gun. Keith Gordon, Christine, movies built around him.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc, probably not.
No, I think it's
probably still
got some other peaks.
All the other peaks she had.
Defeating the English.
Cruise or Hanks? How about very young Tom Cruise as Binks?
Could see it.
Yeah, like all the right moves
hair.
era.
Has Cruise ever bleached blonde his hair?
Just for collateral, grade it.
He grade it. Yeah. You could also see if things had gone a different way, Cruise being like a good guy in Hubie's gang.
Right. Like the guy taking the photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scorsese or Spielberg? Clearly Scorsese. We got cocaine.
Yeah.
Mr. Pyatt's
running a coke
He's selling cocaine in the top floor. I mean, they probably should have done that anyway, right?
Yeah.
It should have been, she burns this thing down, but then it turns out he's also the biggest coke dealer in Corpus Christi.
And like Lloyd is way more of like a Paul Schrader character. She's
right.
Like, I never leave my house. I just write my journal.
Yeah. What role would Philip Seymour Hoffman have played? Clearly Hubie.
Yeah.
All right. Pick a nits. Can't wait for this.
Let me go first for this one.
Okay.
It just seems like there are a lot of detectives working this case.
In Corpus Christi?
There's like no other crime.
Scumbag got shot in the shoulder and is fine.
But as a part of that, it's like, how many times does Hubie try to take matters into his own hands during a literal police intervention? Like,
yeah.
Did obstruction of justice just not exist in Texas in the 1980s?
pretty tough.
Yeah.
I had my first pick in it is these kids would have been caught in 45 minutes.
Yes.
They never left Corpus Christi. They went to the same 3 spots. Pretty sure we could have found them. All right, so they're living in a Corpus Christi trailer park.
Yeah, it's apparently still there.
Binks gets some money and he buys a really expensive Honda Elite scooter. I have some questions.
So what do you think he should be spending his money on?
I just had some questions.
Okay.
That's like a $1,000 scooter. He wasn't worried he was going to get robbed by somebody? He's just parking outside with no bike lock?
He's 15. He's like, this is as good as it's going to get.
I support the choice. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So they break into a house and it just happens to be the district attorney's house?
Yeah.
Out of all the houses?
A little bit of a fairy tale, yeah.
And the district attorney lives in Corpus Christi?
But isn't home.
But's never home.
Yeah.
He's somewhere else. He's in Dallas. Okay.
And he has a private shopper.
Why not just stay at Lloyd's house when you're hiding?
I don't think anyone
He's like, let me come with you and I'll be your hostage. It's like, or we could just stay at your house. Nobody knows we're here.
I think it's supposed to be that like they have to get the 2 sisters home. Like can't go on forever, you know?
Yeah.
But it just seems like Lloyd probably could have given them $100 for gas and they could have gotten pretty close to Vermont on that.
Would have stayed at the house for a couple more days. Maybe use the pool slide. My number 1, I have a couple more, but sharpshooters at the Billie Jean rally?
Insane.
Sharpshooters.
Sharpshooters who are also seemingly only taking orders from the district attorney, not from...
not from the head of Corpus Christi police.
Yeah, the number 1 detective.
Yeah. Shoot her in the head if you get a good shot. The Binks hostage plan at the end is legitimately insane.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone thought that was going to work. And then at the end, they just let her leave.
I know.
All charges have been dropped?
Well, I think it's supposed to be that Mr. Pyatt has clearly done some bad shit. And so they're just like, it's like offsetting penalties.
Do they think that Billie Jean shot Pyatt or do they know that Binks did?
I think they know that Binks did, but I think Billie Jean they've reported Billie Jean has made like 600 robberies in 2 days or something.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like, this is ridiculous. All these robberies are happening at the same time. Like,
also, if her goal is to not, I don't really know what is she trying to be recognized or is she not? Because if she wants to remain anonymous, she should have cut her hair after the video.
She wanted to remain anonymous until Pyatt and everybody started going on the news.
Yeah.
And talking about her.
Because if she didn't want to be recognized, you record the video for the news and then cut your hair so you look different.
She realized she couldn't be anonymous because she was creating the internet.
And she saw Joan of Arc and she was like, I'm going to start the internet.
She called Al Gore and she was like, I have an idea.
And she's like, now I'm the most recognizable person in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we can just somehow drive around in a station wagon with license plates on it and evade police for 7 days, just in different spots. Let's go back to the miniature golf course again. You have any other pick and nits?
I don't.
Sequel, prequel, prestige, TV, all black cast, or untouchable. The prestige version of this is interesting. Written by Brad Inglesby.
Would you set it in Philly?
It said in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
Mr. Hyatt is the biggest coke and opium and heroin dealer in Texas, but he has this thing as a shell Ponzi thing. There's a shooting there, but he now has to kill her because
Binks is on
this
fentanyl.
Has put police. Yeah, Binks tries fentanyl for the first time, and we just go.
Yeah, I like that.
I just call it Billie Jean.
I also like the sequel where Lloyd becomes like the Jack Horner of VHS porn.
Is this movie better with Wayne Jenkins, Danny Trejo, Mad Dog Russo, Doris Burke, Sam Jackson, Nell, Byron Mayo, Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth, Daniel Plainview, Long Legs, or Wilford Brimley in The Firm?
I have a new addition to the category. And I want to say that this is out of the utmost respect, the deepest appreciation and love, but we have to add Peter Schrager to the category. Let's go, Bill. I've been talking to the Jack sisters, Ophelia and Putter, and you know what they said? Billie Jean is even more committed to fairness. I know there are a lot of girls out there with the haircut, and they are getting attention. And let me tell you, Billie Jean has been listening to C101, and she hears everything, and it's just motivating her to get back to the top of the mountain. You think he's gonna get mad at that?
Let's go. No, he'll love that. He'll love that. That was great. I had Mad Dog Russo. I mean, Mike, here's the DA. He's got sharpshooters at the beach rally. What's he gonna do to a headshot of Billie Jean, Davey? What are we doing? Just one Oscar.
I wonder how many people who are listening to the 57th minute of the Legend of Billie Jean pod know who Mad Dog and Shregs are.
Right. Probably not many. Just one Oscar who gets it. Probably Benatar. Was Invincible an original song for the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to give Jeffrey Kimball best cinematography, but I think it's the best part of this movie.
I feel like I have to look at the 1986 Oscars now. It could have been best original song, right? If she did the song for the movie, which I think she did. I
don't know that she did do this. I mean, the video is basically from the movie, but I don't know.
The winner was Say You, Say Me from White Nights. Music and lyric by Lionel Richie. Power of Love from Back to the Future did not win. What an outrage.
Oh my God.
And then 3 more that, whatever. I feel like she could have made it. All right. We are near the end here because we have probably unanswerable questions. Is this movie better if Binks accidentally shoots Mr. Pyatt's head off at the beginning, like Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Oh, I shot Marvin's head. I shot off Marvin's head, whatever he said. If he just actually like blows his head off and now they're on the run because they've committed an accidental murder.
Yeah. But would it even be better if like the wolf came and helped them?
I had one more, but do you have any?
Who do you think Mr. Pyatt had in the Danny White, Gary Hogaboom quarterback controversy from the Cowboys in '84? He's got a Cowboys shirt on.
Did he have Mavs tickets?
Yeah. When did the Mavs come into the league?
80.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The 85 Mavs are good. I had did Mr. Pyatt create MAGA? Like 30 years later, he's definitely like right in there with Trump.
I mean, he's got every supplement.
It's like red hats and shirts. He's in.
But he's articulating a lot of that, like, I'm a voter. And I just think these kids are running wild. You got to clean this up.
What piece of memorabilia would you want or not want from this movie?
Lloyd's AV setup home theater. That would have been sick. Fennessy was just like, oh, this guy. He's got all the good stuff.
I would take the scooter. And that was the exact scooter I had for like a year and a half before I crashed it.
The Honda Elite?
Yeah.
I had the souped
up one. That was the one when I really got banged up.
Ugh.
Yeah. Because I was driving that. Those things were fast. They went up to like 60.
Damn.
Yeah. But those things were great. Lou Reed was promoting them.
It was Lou Reed, and Slater.
Yeah, they were great. Best double feature choice. I had the Terminator, so we could have female empowerment heroes from the mid-'80s. Sarah Connor and Billie Jean.
I would pair it with Last Starfighter or Rad, which are just two classic cult VHS movies from this time period.
And Helen Slater won the movie.
What about the Coach Finstock Award? Is it Fair is Fair?
Oh, I forgot the Coach Finstock. Yeah, Fair is Fair. Helen Slater wins the movie.
She did. Or, you know what? Did Pat Benatar win the movie? Is Invincible the thing that people remember from this movie?
I think it's Helen Slater.
Okay.
Craig never saw it. What'd you think?
I had never heard of it. I even asked Matt Bellany today as we were taping the town. I said, have you heard of the movie The Legend of Billie Jean? He was like, no. So I was like, all right. Excited to get into this.
We still got some tricks up our sleeve.
Every time they think we've zigged, we've zagged.
I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really fun 95 minutes. I thought the plot was entertaining and smart. And, with these movies, I kind of always toe the line between genuine love and ironic love for them. But I kind of think that's part of the fun of these 80s movies is, they're a little bit on the fringe, but I enjoyed it. That was good.
Sometimes they just feel like time capsules to me now. Like I sent you guys that screenshot of like a bunch of the teens at the beach in the end scene, like in the exchange at the end. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, look at these fucking guys, man. Like that's like a Life magazine photo. Mm-hmm. This is, I think I've said Life magazine twice now in 2 pods, but it is like a document of what kids kind of like used to look like and how they used to hang out back then.
And it's just like, this movie is aggressively representing culture at this exact time. And I think a lot of stuff now doesn't, maybe 30 years from now, we'll look back and be like, wow, The Summer I Turned Pretty really encapsulates what 2024 was like, but it doesn't feel like it in the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. This movie comes down to the four people are just a good hang. Billie Jean, her brother, and the two sisters. It's just fun to hang out with
And it's a cool setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first, 20 minutes of Jaws 2, we were talking about, like, this just looks fun. Hanging out here. It's a great setting. It's like, you can...
Roy Scheider's got some problems. He's dealing with them. It's fun. It's cool.
He's probably using that tanning oil, Roy Scheider.
There was a lot of movies like this in the mid-'80s. Like Anthony Michael Hall made one where it's like Wrong Person, Now on the Run. And I think this movie did it the best. Yeah. There's a lot of bad versions of this.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the
Out of Bounds. Remember that one with Anthony Michael Hall and Jenny Ray?
What's the one, Cloak and Dagger, where like the kid's on the, like, Dabney Coleman is like the spy. Right. And the kid goes on the run. Yeah. It's a great premise.
Yeah. I thought Helen Slater was great. I really liked her.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Thanks to Gahao. Thanks to Ronak as well. Thanks
Eduardo.
to Horlbeck for producing.
Thanks to Eduardo.
And thanks to Eduardo.
Yeah.
We get the whole crew.
This is some crew.
I don't know what we have next week, but it'll definitely be
We have one banked if you want to run that one.
Yeah. Or maybe we're filming another one next week. We'll see. CR, pleasure as always. I hope they throw to AJ Brown more next week.
We'll see.
Good to see you.